biggest problem with our group is they let their emotions interfere with the plan. Their judgment gets clouded.
You don't want to do this.
What is going on, buddy? Welcome back to All Things Film. Today I'm talking about The Walking Dead Season 8B because we just got this video from AMC's YouTube channel. It was like a behind the scenes look at Season 8B. And I thought it was a really cool video because it showed some new scenes that we have not seen yet in the trailers or anything. And also showed some cast and creators talking about the Season 8B and what we're going to be looking forward to seeing. So, I want to talk about this because it shows some really cool and emotional scenes as well that I want to talk about. So yeah, without further ado, let's begin. So we're getting a lot of King Ezekiel, Morgan, Carol stuff in this trailer, teaser, behind the scenes look. And then also we're getting some Rick and Carl and some stuff that Greg Nicotero said that I found very interesting. And I'm going to cover all that, but I'm gonna breeze over the Kingdom stuff because we've been getting a lot of Kingdom stuff in these trailers and teasers, and I think we all know what's gonna happen. We all know that Carol and Morgan are gonna go rescue Ezekiel. But the first thing I want to talk about here is this scene right here because I kind of found this interesting because I was thinking about something, and we see Ezekiel hiding here and we see someone sliding him a gun. Now obviously the obvious thing is that this could be Morgan or Carol, but I kind of find interesting if it could be Gavin because we know Gavin deep down inside is like he's not a good guy, but he has some sort of like he has some mercy in him because we know that all these saviors work for Negan. If they don't, they're gonna die. So even if they are a good person deep down inside, they have to fake it and put they have to put on a show for Negan and just pretend they're an evil person when they're really not. Now, I'm not saying that's the case for Gavin, but it could be because I feel like a lot of people do believe Gavin is going to come to the good side. But if Morgan and Carol rescue Ezekiel, which they will, and even in this behind the scenes look, we see something that completely spoils that for us. Well, not spoils it, like maybe give that away is a better term for it because yeah, I mean, we all know it was going to happen, but I feel like we all have to admit they are giving away way too much in these trailers, teasers, and stuff like that. But it is what it is anyways. So yeah, if and we hear some gunshots in the background, so obviously this is Morgan and Carol trying to help Ezekiel. And if Gavin finds the time to help Ezekiel escape, so maybe they spare Gavin's life, and maybe Gavin helps them. But I just really quickly wanted to talk about that because, it is a possibility, but it probably won't even happen. They probably have to kill Gavin or something, or maybe Gavin lets them escape. But a lot of people do believe Gavin is going to come to the good side, which I can find, it could possibly happen. But then Greg Nicotero, I want to talk about him as well. Because in this behind the scenes look, he talks about the group as a whole, and he's saying that the group feels like even though the group is winning a lot, we all know that, they've destroyed the sanctuary, they're killing a lot of the saviors. The group is winning, Rick's group, but Greg Nicotero says they have a sense of defeat, and I 100% agree with that because Rick's group is not as big as the Saviors. The Saviors have like hundreds and hundreds of people. So if they lose like 20 people, they're not gonna lose any sleep over it. I mean, they might, but they're not gonna cry and I don't see Negan crying over people dying. I don't know. Negan doesn't look at people the way Rick does. Rick looks at them as family. Negan looks at people as resources. They don't. So when Rick loses like one or two people, he's gonna be so emotional about that, and especially his son. They lost Carl. The whole group is like shook. They're all upset about it. It's gonna be very tough for them to continue the battle. So that's what Greg Nicotero means by a sense of defeat. And Greg Nicotero actually directed episode 9, so I'm looking forward to it because I love his episodes. The episodes he directs, they're going to be really good episodes. They're like really big episodes. They're usually like mid-season premieres or finales or stuff like that. So this other thing that Greg Nicotero said, and I 100% agree with this as well. So he said that the group's emotions, like the people's emotions, are getting the best of them. And that is so true because we saw that in season 7 and season 8. We saw that in season 8 with Daryl and Tara, and their emotions are getting the best of them, trying to single-handedly kill all the saviors. And then we saw that in season 7 with Sasha and Rosita trying to single-handedly kill Negan. So the emotions are getting the best of them. He says that. And then I want to talk about this scene right here because as he's saying that, we see Carol, Morgan, and Ezekiel here, and we see Carol telling Morgan, "You don't have to do this." And then Carol or Morgan is literally crying here, and this is really sad. It gives me chills. Morgan is "I have to," and he's really breaking down, crying here. And I don't know what this is about, but really interesting here. We see Ezekiel in the back right here. So obviously Ezekiel is like rescued. So I mean, they kind of gave that away. Like we see fire, smoke everywhere. So it seems like the kingdom is done for, and Ezekiel is saved, and like all maybe all the saviors are dead. So it looks like Morgan and Carol do save the day and save Ezekiel, but I'm really looking forward to Morgan's storyline in season 8 because it's really interesting because we all know where he's headed to in Fear the Walking Dead, and he just seems really broken down and crying here, and I feel so sorry just seeing this. Like, it's just so sad. But yeah, like, I don't know where Morgan's headed. We see Morgan, like, alone a lot of the time in this back half of season 8, like, the teasers and stuff, so maybe he's going on a rampage again, and then maybe towards the end of the season, he's like, you know what, I've had enough of this war, and maybe he heads over to Texas, so who knows, we're gonna have to wait and see. And this next scene I want to talk about is we see Michonne, like, actually grabbing Dwight, and just, like, pushing him against the wall, and this is in that sewer system, and Dwight is taking a lot of, like, he's getting beaten up a lot by these by the group, and I think Dwight is 100% Rick's group now because he's not fighting back. He knows he deserves it, but I really found out cool how Michonne's really pissed off, I think, right now with the loss of Carl, and even in this trailer we see Rick yelling Michonne. So I think Michonne is like really going like rogue here. I mean, she's really pissed off and really sad and heartbroken with Carl's death, that I think she might actually like she's probably going rogue, yeah. And then we even see Denise Huth, who's an executive producer on the show. She says that like a lot of people are like have a lot of rage in them. When you have rage in battle, that are really like it really makes a difference, because when you have rage in battle, you don't even think about yourself. You don't think about your own, health and your own like well-being. You just go in like rogue and just try to kill everybody. So I think that's what a lot of these people are doing right now, and they have to like all come together at the hilltop and like really like calm down and then go back to war and like finish the war like correctly and like properly. Because if they're all pissed off and like sad about Carl's death and they just go rogue and just try to kill Negan themselves, it's gonna end up really bad. So I want to talk about this scene as well, because we see Negan here with a bat, and it's really bloody, and it kind of reminds me of how the bat looked like after it was done with Glenn and Abraham, and it just looked really horrible. And a lot of people think this is a person, and it could be, who knows, but I think this is just a walker. I think if you know that walker strat that Negan's doing, I might make a more in-depth video on this, but we see in the teaser that we got a couple days ago, we see Negan like hitting a walker, and I'm sure that's the blood in the walker guts on the bat, because I think they're trying to infect people with weapons and stuff. So I think they're trying to get all the guts and stuff on their weapons and then go to war, and then like even if they don't kill the people, they're gonna end up infecting them. So I just really quickly wanted to talk about this video because we see a lot of new scenes and stuff, and this one scene right here, and I don't know why, I feel like this is Rick's like right before he's about to put Carl down, but just the way he's looking and he's like shivering and stuff, I think this is gonna be like moments before he puts Carl down. Maybe just the look on Rick's face is just like so heartbreaking. But I really quickly wanted to cover that behind the scenes look at Season 8B because I really found it interesting, and we are getting a lot of new teasers and stuff, and we are 15 days away, so I'm looking forward to this back half of Season 8. I'm actually really excited for this back half of Season 8 because based on the trailers and teasers we've gotten, it looks absolutely awesome. But that's it for me, guys. I hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you did, be sure to leave a like rating, and if you want more videos from me, be sure to subscribe as I post daily Walking Dead videos. And if you have any thoughts, opinions, or anything, when I missed anything, be sure to leave in the description down below or the comment box down below, because I love interacting with people with The Walking Dead. But thanks again for watching. It's been All Things Film. Until next time, peace.